talk about that a little bit.
He's
Do you want me
playing.
to,
Yeah, he's introducing Run the Jewels.
It's filming.
Okay.
And also that Johnny Depp's staying in a tent in Glastonbury, apparently. So yeah. So we'll talk about that.
I've gone downhill.
Since the women beating.
Yeah.
Alleged.
Alleged, but probably true. Women beating. Yeah.
Then we do like a showcase every week of a new band, so we'll do that, and then we'll play a quick game, and that's
Great.
and then let's just take some photos.
Yes, just ignore me for the whole
And that's about it really. And we'll just
Fab.
wing it.
How far from this do I?
We'll do a quick sound check.
It's very.
We were listening to your podcast with, what's his name?
Richard Herring.
On
the way.
Yeah.
I was drunk at that. I was really drunk at that actually.
I think you threw him a little bit at that. He was like,
Well, because I kept asking him about
podcast.
his podcast, because I do love that podcast.
have you been asked to be on Adam Buxton's yet?
Yeah, he has asked me, but he's not managed to get the times to work.
Because that's my fave.
Is it?
Him and Richard, yeah. I think they're
to be honest, I've not listened to loads of Adam's. Because Adam doesn't have an audience, does he? He just
No,
does it in a room.
Or sometimes he just does it whilst walking the dog.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. Him and a couple of friends just walk to the pub and back, which is quite good.
One guy I watched, he's not a comedian or anything, he's like Gary Vee. He did a podcast live from a haircut. So you can hear the razors going around. But
That's a really good idea.
yeah.
I'm just
It's a good
developing a podcast at the minute, and it's quite hard to sort of get the initial thing right.
Yeah.
And you do sort of have to.
Are you going to call it Always a Pleasure?
No, I was going to call it Joe Lycett's People, but maybe I should.
I think you should always, if you're going to have a different guest every week, it should be Always a Pleasure with.
Yeah, I don't know if I will. That's the thing. I think I'm going to have a rotating guest of a group of regulars guests. So.
Are you still living in Hallgrave?
Yeah, at the minute I've bought a house in King's Heath.
Oh yeah.
And,
So I mentioned that we had you on, and someone was like, "Oh, he lives in King's Heath."
well, I don't yet.
No, well,
They're wrong.
someone's done their research.
This is the state of my house. That's the picture now. This is what I took on Tuesday.
Oh,
So it's looking real nice.
That's
Great.
Echo.
I bought it and they said, oh, it needs a few bits doing to it, and they were fucking right. And my dad's organising all that because he's tired and he's got something. He's having the time of his life.
It's just not coming through on power.
But are you King's Heath, or are you?
Up until recently I was Hallgrave and born and bred. Yeah, just in Fox Holly.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Yours charging.
But I moved
No,
closer
yeah.
towards Sutton now.
Right.
I've
Nice.
got my first house around there. Yeah.
Lovely.
No.
But we're solid. So.
Going to snobs then, this is did you come here ironically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to pretend.
Yeah.
Right, do you want to do the sound check?
Yeah. Recorded a bit of that, so
How did you? Okay.
just see how that sounds.
Yes, they're wrong.
That's a bit quiet.
This is the state of my house. I was quite close to the microphone at that point, wasn't
Yeah,
I?
you're fine. I think it's
Oh,
more
so
us.
you go. Oh, it's looking real nice. I bought it and they said, oh, it needs a few bits doing. It's peculiar hearing one's voice.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I still hate it. How many episodes we've done now? 17. I still hate it. Whenever I hear the first bit, I'm like, why do I have to sound like that? Of all the voices.
The Channel 4 just put up a clip on their Twitter feed from tonight's Cats Countdown, which I filmed ages ago and forgot what I'd done on it. And Adam Riches wrote this whole script for us to do, which ended with us kissing quite passionately.
Oh, okay.
And I'd forgotten that was happening. I was watching this clip. I was like, "Fucking, it's so weird to watch yourself kiss somebody." Like, and I really went for it as well. Ugh. I think I know it's because I know Mum and Dad will be really freaked by it.
Do they watch it? They watch everything.
They watch everything. Yeah.
Is that? Do you think about that when you're on stage, or like when you're actually performing?
I try and put it in the back of my mind,
Yeah.
because then you kind of come off and you go, "What the fuck's that going to sound?"
Yeah.
Sometimes, like when we say things on here, I instantly think, "Oh, I'm just going to listen to this."
Does your mum listen every week?
Not every week.
I am
but,
Mum.
like, but yeah, there we go. So not every week, but when she does, she lets me know. She's like,
Karen listened to one and then went, I
Not
just
for me.
don't know what you're talking about, so I'm not going to listen anymore. Okay, Karen.
Karen sounds sort of more like my mum. He's not quite understanding.
Yeah.
Try and put it in the back of my mind, because then you kind of come off and go, what the fuck's going to say that? Sometimes
Oh, what's the rules in terms of swears and stuff?
Absolutely, whatever you want to
Yeah.
do, whatever you want.
Can't.
That's fine.
I'll try and work out what I'm saying. Can't.
Think it's picking up the noise from outside?
I didn't hear it, but I'll have a look. Speaking of parents, my mum sent me probably the worst text I've ever received from her. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I did, yeah. Did quite well on
I'll never. Yeah,
on Twitter today,
not
didn't
bad. I'll never unread it.
Oh fuck! I've got one actually.
So they're on holiday currently,
Yeah.
and
I saw that.
I just sent her a text like, oh yeah, how's it going? It's also her birthday, so she
Yeah.
had birthdays.
How is it?
Yeah, so I was like, give her a text, how's it going? So if you read the first sentence, or the first two. It's like, there's no proofreading going on here.
Well,
So-
you think that's bad? I got one from my mum, which was my sister is normally home before I am, so I'll lock the door when I get in, put like the padlock on or whatever, the big lock on. And mum texted me and said, your sister's out for the night, so don't lick her out. I mean, that's one that like really fucks with my head.
Burns your rest of it.
Burns everything. Yeah, I won't be licking my sister up. Don't worry about that.
No worry, thanks mum. Oh, that's it, get in the background. There's no proofreading going on
Yeah,
here.
that's fine.
Well, you think that's bad?
I'm just thinking, I did say we wanted some drinks up there.
Do you want me to get a shot?
Ask them to bring some shots.
Shot?
We're in snobs.
When in Rome.
When in Rome snobs.
Yeah, Rome.
Ask them to bring some drinks. All the famous person.
Oh, they're here.
Oh wow.
Brilliant.
Look at that.
Coffee.
Coming behind me.
Thank
Oh,
you.
very much.
word.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Table service and snobs.
What I've done,
People
You're on channel 1 on the radio.
Okay.
I just realised, because obviously we've got radios around,
Yeah.
I've changed the kitchen to 3,
Okay.
so I don't want you guys having interference. So if you
Thank
do
you.
need us, go on to 3 to get us
Okay,
around.
perfect. Thank you very much.
Want your coffees?
Thank you. Do we want to get going? And we can just, if the interruption happens,
That's
it's
fine. Yeah,
another
that's
day.
cool. That's cool. We'll order shots when they come through.
Does anyone want a drink?
When it's live, they're not going to say no.
Would you edit this?
Yeah,
Sort of.
yeah. Mainly just...
Because some people don't do those, just sort of put it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some episodes we've done that.
Because we're...
Sort of depends.
Sometimes we just like to cut out our ers if we're erring a lot. Just make it sound like it's really off the cuff.
Yeah.
So,
But obviously, like when Alexa interrupts and
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Oh, you've got an Alexa.
yeah, Cameron's
I
got-
made it wish me a happy birthday today, and she sang to me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is it your birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't. I should have brought you a gift.
No, absolutely not. This
Would
is
you
your
like-
gift, Joe.
Would you like
I'm
my
alright.
keys?
The inhaler, we'll take the
Take
inhaler.
them. He's getting the honest, shouldn't Is it? I think it's just the snobs thing. I just sort of don't.
Down it,
trust that
just
the water's
stay
not like. Just got
Probably
some,
from an outside tap.
chlamydia water or something.
My instinct is to order it without ice. I don't want it. I want to be able to.
Yeah,
drink it
yeah, like
quickly.
you're an African country somewhere.
Yeah,
Can't trust
Yeah.
the water.
totally. I'll
Yeah,
the
we
coffee
can.
as well. If you had to have a shot, what would you have?
Right, guys, I'll leave this with you here, okay?
Lazy,
Well,
thank
Right,
you.
channel 3 if you need me, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tequila?
Tequila.
Would
Okay, alright.
We can do it on the
sambuca.
we can do it on the walk.
On the radio?
Yeah, halfway through.
What?
I do like some sambuca. I can't really do.
Really, I think I'm the polar opposite.
I can't do either. If people buy me, I'm okay with tequila now. It's come round, but I used to say that I hate it so much I will lick the floor in whatever building I'm in rather than do a shot of tequila.
Wow.
Do you want
Yeah.
a coffee?
Oh yes, please. My immune system's quite
I'll have
strong.
a little coffee if there's one. If there's
Yeah,
one going.
yeah.
Is there one going?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, 4.
Well then,
And I don't drink caffeine.
I will
so-
have 3 then, please.
Do you have sugar?
No, just whatever is in those little milk things, cream things. I started having this Oakley barista edition, milk, and it's so creamy and lovely in coffee. But I think it's going to kill me. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
probably.
so
Yeah,
really
it's like
high
gold
fat
top.
content. Yeah, it's gold top, but like for vegans.
It's,
It's not that
really-
For vegans as well.
There's extra milk if that's too strong.
beautiful. That's great. Thank you.
Shall you
I'll
have?
just have just black, please.
I'll have these then.
So how long have you been doing this podcast?
We started on the first week of January, didn't we?
Was it? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we started doing like
did the year in review. didn't we?
did the year in review, and then we kind of got going, and then we've had about 1,000,001 rejections for interviews and stuff. So you're really doing us a favour, actually.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if this
It's
is
I think I'm anticipating with my podcast, because we're recording Digbeth,
yeah.
that you're going to struggle because it's like it's catching people if they're coming through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's what you're
yeah.
trying to do, and then you're like going up
Go.
against like the Birmingham Mail,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, fucking Birmingham Mail. They'll be dead in 5 years. Don't worry about that lot.
We've been looking to go like, we've had some pencils in. And It's
Yeah.
like
They're the
we'll
worst
go
ones.
to Essex or whatever to
Yeah.
interview you for this. And it's just then they never respond.
Yeah, so you get the
Not good.
yeah, it sounds cool. Yeah, give us a bit more detail. We give them a bit more detail, and they don't come back to
They'll
us.
disappear.
Yeah. So right then, let's get going. I'll do the advert.
Oh yeah,
in
the
post.
sponsored, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to say it's sponsored by.
It's not, which is a dream come true for me.
Oh, is that how you?
Yeah.
I said that because we're going to do a sponsored post on Twitter for this one, and we were like, look, we'll say it's sponsored by you, and they're giving us the room for free and stuff. So it's pretty deep. Have you ever heard of the Asylum venue, which is
The what venue?
Asylum Uproar? It's like a rock club.
Oh, it's in sort of in Digbeth, is it?
No, it's
Hockley?
more yeah,
Alright.
in Hockley way. Do you know where Lord Clifton is?
Yes, yes.
If you walk towards like the church at the bottom of that road, and you turn left before the church, it's just something there.
Okay.
And it's like a rock club, and we used to go quite a lot, didn't we? But we don't really anymore. I rang them, and it was like pulling teeth to get them to let us do it. And then I rang here, and they were like, "What do you want?" Yes, okay.
Wow,
And I was
well,
like, "There we go."
Well done, snobs.
Yeah. Right,
Cool, guys.
right then.
Intro. We don't have the jingle, so it's a bit strange. But do you want to go?
Well, I
what
am
what episode is
committed.
it? 17. It's on the thing. Of course.
Lucky 17.
No.
I don't know, I think because it's about the store. Do you think we should close it?
Why is it open currently for
Because
those?
airflow.
Airflow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it's cooling.
So let's close it, and then if we get too hot, we
we're
can.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
Easy.
I mean,
Hold on, we can definitely. I'm not going to
We
lock.
can get out.
God. Imagine being locked in and snobs for the rest of your life.
Truth and true.
Yeah,
one of my
okay.
friends had that. Like they fell asleep in the toilet and woke up at 6.
Oh shit.
They were still there.
Oh god.
Is anyone there?
No, they it was locked, so the whole building had closed. They clearly just not bothered with the toilet. Like,
Oh, really?
fuck it, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, do it in the morning. So.
Which sometimes you understand, but
Yeah.
like when he woke up, like he tried to pull the door and the alarm went off. So it's
Shit. That's bad, isn't it? Like,
bad for the club. Like
Yeah,
for him,
that's what
just
I mean,
it's
like,
funny. It's a
bad
good
that-
story.
you would think it would be a fairly basic check.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure,
Yeah.
there's no
Just
one-
check there's no dead bodies in
Yeah.
all the toilets.
Yeah,
Right, okay, let's.
Let's get going.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of Soundcheck Podcast. A very special edition. We're doing a Glastonbury edition of the podcast with a very special guest, Sheldon Tarpey.
Thank you, Cameron. It's a pleasure to be here, as always.
No, I'm joking. We are actually joined by comedian and author Joseph Lycett.
Hello.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, that's very nice to be referred to as an author. I suppose I am, because I wrote a book.
You are.
But it's not a proper book.
It is a proper
I
book.
mean,
It's
it,
not,
it
it's
has like
toilet
pages and stuff.
It does have
And
pages.
pictures.
Yeah, there's pages and pictures. It's got a hard cover.
And why, can I ask, why is the paperback cover 1p less than the hardback?
To be honest, I can't answer that question, because the recommended retail price of this one, I think it says on the back here, on the hardback, well, maybe it doesn't, it's quite expensive, £17.99,
Oh,
which is quite a lot, really.
it is.
I don't think I put £17.99 worth of work into it. I'd say it's at best £4.99's
Oh.
worth. But yeah, I presume that it's a publishing
Thing.
scam.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure how they do it. But yes, I don't know why it's 1p cheaper, and I apologise.
No, well, I forgive you. So we are in Snobs, the iconic Birmingham nightclub.
Yeah, I love that we're sponsored by Snobs.
We are sponsored by Snobs for 1 week only, I think, unless this goes very well.
Yeah.
And they give us the room.
I think, well, that would
We
be.
could have a residency.
I think it would be a good, because I've got a campaign that I want to get Donald Trump to
I
speak,
did see. I saw
Yes.
that tweet. Yeah.
which became its own news article on the Birmingham Mail, because the Birmingham Mail has nothing to write about. Literally just a tweet. But I thought it would be good fun if he came here.
Did he block you after that? That would. I think that's. We said on the podcast before. It's my life goal to have Donald Trump tell me I'm a failure.
I don't know if I'm blocked by him. Let me have a look. I know I am blocked by Fern Britton.
What?
I know. I don't know. I've not met her. I've had no dealings with her whatsoever. But I am absolutely blocked by her on Twitter. And I feel like she's so lovely as well. I feel like I've been.
Well, she was at one point the country's mum, wasn't she? With old Philip Schofield on this
Yeah.
Morning Post, gastric band. Do you
I was
even
trying to
know
think who that
do you
was.
even know who Fern Britton is?
No, in my mind I had Fern Cotton. Then you were saying.
No, not Fern. Let me Google. I'm not blocked by Donald Trump. What I love about when I search Donald Trump on Twitter, because I don't follow him, is the real. You know when you have to put real
Real
D
Donald Trump,
in.
yeah.
As I put real D in,
Right.
Denise Welsh from
Okay.
Coronation Street.
Matt
fame.
Healy's mum.
Matt
from the
Healy's. Oh yes, lovely man.
Did you met?
Very nice man. Yeah, I did. I've done a couple of bits and bobs with. That's Fern Britton. She had a gastric band fitted, didn't she?
Oh, I see.
He's lost a lot of weight.
Blocked me.
Well done, Fern.
Blocked by that woman.
That's so weird.
It is very weird, and I'd love to know what I've done. I don't know whether it's like maybe she watched me on something and went, "Oh, that's disgusting."
Absolutely not.
Or, I
Don't
know
want that on my.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
feed.
I've done something, but I don't know what.
Going off, you saying that you done some stuff with Matt Healy. Before we did this podcast, I went through all of the YouTube clips that I could find of you to see if you had mentioned any bands or artists.
Yes, because I said when you asked me to do this
Yeah.
that I'm a Philistine when it comes to music, which.
There were 4 people.
Oh yeah.
Can you guess or name any of them? So you need to think back to your material.
It's in my stand-up material or in interviews.
It's
or...
a bit both.
Who do I mention?
One of them was at the Russia Pride thing.
Oh shoot.
And you were it was in a joke where you were talking about some rude boys giving a stick on the Stratford Road, and you said, I turned down X.
Little Mix?
No.
Saturdays?
No. It was Dolly Parton, Joe.
Dolly Parton.
That was one.
Okay.
Texas was another.
Oh, where did I mention Texas?
I can't remember.
That's interesting because I've sort of barely know about
And
Texas.
Texas and La Youth. That was on Grimmy's show.
Oh, was
La
it?
Youth, and then who was the 4th? I can't remember the 4th, but I was like, this is giving me very little to work with.
Yeah. What did I say about La Youth? Can you remember? Because
Grimmy was just playing him. I think someone, when people record like the interviews off the live stream and put it online, and that was mainly dog diarrhea chat.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, La Youth I've got into since because there's a track called Boomerang.
Yes.
That I really like by La Youth.
They've kind of been off the scene for a little bit.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah, you will have.
I would have heard their songs.
You will have. Yeah.
Right.
Boomerang's a lovely summer vibe.
Doesn't it? It's got a TLC sample in it, I think. You're the TLC.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Do you not know the song?
No.
Okay.
Let's just pretend TLC's on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it does have a TLC. So we kind of.
Hang on. So it's La Youth, Texas,
Dolly
Dolly
Parton.
Dolly Parton, and
I couldn't remember the 4th.
Oh,
There's
okay.
definitely 4 people.
all right.
And there
07. I
Was it the
often
Jackson 5?
Jackson.
No. It was someone more relevant than Dolly Parton and Texas.
I remember thinking I would go to that gig.
Niall from One Direction.
We'll put him in.
Yeah, let's say it's no. It definitely wasn't.
What's his surname?
Horan.
Horan. I just think.
Can you name all 5?
Niall, Zayn, Harry, Peter. No, Liam.
And it's the fifth one that no one can ever name. Can you name him? We literally mentioned
Oh
him.
God, the one who looks like in 10 years he'll look like a drug dealer.
Yes.
Oh God.
Does it begin with a C?
No.
No.
Oh, what's his name? Yeah, he looks gaunt.
Yes.
I reckon he does a lot.
If you look on his Instagram, his pupils are always red.
Don't tell me, I really want to get this. Liam, Niall, Zane, Harry. Fucking hell.
Do you want a clue?
Yeah.
It's the same. Think X Factor. Obviously, they came from X Factor, but think deeper. Who is a big part of the X Factor? And they share a name with him.
That's Simon.
It's not Sharon.
Jeff Aston.
Simon. Cow.
No.
Cow. Is his name
Oh
Cow?
no.
Who is the other judge?
Louis.
Louis!
Louis Tomlinson.
Thank you. What a fun game that was for nobody.
Do you want to do the advert? Do you want to?
Well, no,
We've done that.
do the advert in post.
Okay.
I'll
Cool.
just put that in first. Yeah, so like we said, Glastonbury special. We're going to kind of go over the news. Actually, where have I put mine? Joe, if you look there, you've got an itinerary.
Bonus one.
Have we got two?
We can share
News.
this. We got a third one. So
Glastonbury is this weekend, it says.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're going to do the news now. So Cameron, remember in edit to put the jingle in here. Do you want to lead in?
Yeah, sure. So so only really big because since the election, I suppose. Like this wouldn't have happened without the election, would it? But Run the Jewels playing Glastonbury. You familiar with Run the Jewels, Joe?
No, I'm not.
They're
If you do that first.
okay. Deaf Havana.
Yeah. So because
Oh,
about
shit,
being
right, yeah.
musical philosophy.
Oh, of course, yeah, sorry. I'm cut there. So, Joe, you mentioned on your emails before you're a musical Philistine. So
Yeah.
we picked out a few bands from the Glastonbury lineup, and we want you to tell us what, if you haven't heard of them, what you think they sound like. That's okay, so,
And then we'll play you what they do sound like
Yeah.
Oh,
after
brilliant.
you've
Okay.
said.
right. So we've got, first up, Deaf Havana.
Deaf or death?
Deaf
Deaf.
as in I can't hear you.
Deaf Havana.
Havana as in the city.
I think if you're going with deaf in the name of your band, then there's a good chance that you think you're pretty cool. I don't care, I'm going to call myself Deaf Havana. So I reckon they're slightly gothic, sort of rock, a bit of
Okay.
like inward singing, they go like, "Wah!"
Oh yeah. Did you see Ed Miliband do that the other day?
No, I didn't.
Oh, is it Megadeth they had?
Name pop.
Napalm Death.
Bit of a segue. Got nothing to do with Glastonbury, but it's absolutely
wanna know
fucking
about it.
amazing. If you haven't seen this, did you see that Ed Miliband was filling in for Jeremy Vine on Radio 2?
Yeah, he's doing
So
quite a good job.
yeah.
I listened to it today.
I quite liked it.
Well done,
Did
singer
you-
band.
Did you see? He had a whole feature about people going on the phone and flushing their loos down the phone.
Oh, well, they
Like they were like, all right, my name's Brian. This is I've got a Victorian toilet in the flush showers like this. And then I swear to God, he was a really brummy guy. He went, the problem is with this toilet, right? When you have a big number two, it leaves quite a lot of skid marks and the flush doesn't get it. And Ed Miliband was like, oh yes, well give it a flush, Brian. We'll see what we sound like.
what is this feature?
It was bizarre. I'm sure.
What
Maybe
change
it's
career
a good
he's
job
had.
that he didn't run the country if the feature
I'm
comes up
seeing-
for a national radio show.
I'm seeing his
people
campaign.
flushing the toilet.
In a totally new light since he's like become sassy Miliband. Like the whole thing etches things in stone.
Yeah.
That's now because he has
Where
like,
is that block of stone?
I don't
I think
know,
they just sucked it up, I think.
buried it under Stonehenge.
Here we go, right, okay, you ready?
Probably.
Once more with feeling. You do it once more, then I'm going to do it.
So this is
You're right! No, more throats. Definitely more throats.
Where was this?
This is on Radio 2 yesterday.
Oh my word.
If you haven't seen it, just Google Ed Miliband, Napalm Death, and
Okay.
you'll see him.
Napalm Death.
Yeah.
What?
So, Deaf Havana, they're
Okay,
playing.
so I think they'd like that.
Okay, they sound like this. So you've got the rock bit, right?
Yeah, it's not quite as heavy as hers.
There used to be
This feels like a a scene where a couple is potentially splitting up in the OC.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Wow,
of the OC.
that is so
Wow.
specific.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's just very
One,
OC.
one of them standing on a driveway, the other one's driving off,
Yeah,
looking in the rear view mirror.
But they both accept that the relationship's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next question.
Next we've got Sampha playing the Park stage on Sunday at Glastonbury.
Sampha.
Sampha.
Have you heard of
Now,
Sampha?
I feel like I've heard of Sampha. And the park stage is normally for a bit more less mainstream, isn't it?
I think that's good Glastonbury knowledge.
I think the park stage, isn't the park stage the second stage? So it's for people that are quite big but not that
But
big.
not proper yet.
Yeah.
Well, no, the other stage is that.
Oh,
Oh.
maybe it's the other.
So I think the park stage is sort of where they put on like Jess Glynn. Well, she's probably too big now, but you know what I mean, someone like that.
Fun fact about Jess Glynn, I once worked at a festival where Jess Glynn was headlining
Yeah.
and she refused to drink out of plastic bottles.
Wow.
And she also refused to use the site shower, which is more understandable. And so we had to like escort her out on a buggy, like, and put sheets up so no one saw her, and then pay for a hotel for her to stay in during the day, and then she left before the night.
What a bitch.
I know.
I was on a flight with Jess Glynn to Berlin last year, an EasyJet, so she can get on
Wow.
an EasyJet. I think it was EasyJet or Flybe, one of those. And as we were getting off the flight, the captain played in Jess Glynn music as we were leaving, which I thought was a weird thing to do. 'Cause
I've never had intro or outro music on flights, I don't think.
no, I hadn't, so it was weird. And then also...
Did
I
she
was
look
thinking, like,
awkward?
yeah, because it would be. It's like if I got off a flight and they were playing in my stand-up as we were leaving. It's like, why are you doing that?
That is bizarre.
So Sampha. I think they're like like that kind of thing with like
And
tin
jazz.
drums and stuff.
Okay, so this is some.
No, not jazz. More like kind of African. Kind of like what's the I'm thinking Under the Sea. That kind
Like
of music.
smash-
Under the Sea,
like
kind of-
Calippo music.
Calippo music. Yeah.
Okay, well, firstly, Sampha's one person,
Right.
and he sounds like this.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, there we go. That'll do.
I mean,
It's nice, this.
it is nice.
Hang on, are the vocals coming up?
Yes, there are. Let me skip.
You would show me I had something. Some people call it soul.
Oh, I have heard Sampha. I've heard Sampha in like a bit more of a kind of
Yeah, to be fair, that is a more.
what kind of
Yeah, he does use
environment?
have an electronic influence as well.
Yeah. That's why I heard the name Sampha.
Okay, so the next one.
Final one, we have the Jacksons on the West Holt stage.
Now, I saw a band on the West Holt stage last year, and it's my favourite that I saw in Glastonbury, and it was just really like the guy was like a proper showman. So I think this is kind of big band,
Big band.
Big band.
sort of front man kind of vibe.
Okay.
Big band and a front man.
This was
Yeah, like a front man with then like, and Bobby on the drums kind of guy. Oh.
It was a, sort of a trick question.
Yeah, a little bit.
They used to have quite. They were a big band.
Oh, is it the Jackson?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's
Oh,
the
okay.
Jackson Fives
Oh.
without Michael Jackson,
Oh.
and they've changed it to the Jacksons, and they sound like this.
Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on good times.
So kind of right again.
Good,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Not
I
with
mean,
the front man.
They
thing.
were a big band.
They did have a very iconic front man, to be fair.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
I love that they're on the West Holt stage as well. They're like,
Yeah.
it's not the proper one. They're not.
Well, there's a legend set as well, isn't it? And it's like they haven't even qualified for the legend
Who's got
set,
that this year?
isn't it? It's Barry Gibb.
Ugh.
Barry Gibb.
I did World Variety with Barry Gibb, and I was like, what's the point? Where are the others? Where were the others? Oh, they're dead.
Yes, they are dead.
All right. Well, that's fair enough then.
It
I'll
would have been-
accept that.
It probably would have been more awkward if we had brought the other two out.
Yeah.
Finally,
Excuse me.